Howdy everybody, Pinstripe here. What's going on with you? I know I start every video with that sentence, and today we're actually going to be talking about what's going on. What's going on with me, what have I been up to, what's going on in the community, and everything else in between. But to set the stage for this video, we've got some hill-based gameplay going on in the background with the standard kind of meta lineup, I suppose, of the Grenadier, a couple of sappers, some paratroopers, and just taking all my frustration out on the sushi swine. Don't play hill-based very often, but it was a fine addition to the multiplayer maps that we do have and use indeed in competitive, because as it is with most of these commentary videos, it is the standard competitive setup with the 30 seconds, a double health, and a nice 5v5 going on. So that's the gameplay going on in the background. But what's been going on with me? Because it's been a long time since we've had like a nice 1v1, a hog to hog, heart to heart. And let me tell you, there's been a huge amount of stuff going on. A lot of you guys know that I work full time, so getting these videos out has been trickier than usual because it has been a busy month. October has just crept up out of nowhere and suddenly we're approaching November. Like, what is that about? I don't know. Time is a human construct that gets very confusing the later into the year we get, as the days get darker, and yeah, like I'm leaving work at 5 PM and it's already dark outside, or I'm waking up at 6:30 and it's already dark outside. It's always dark in my life, apparently. That sounds a lot more sad than it's meant to be, but yeah. I enjoy this time of year, to be fair. I enjoy autumn and winter the most. I don't know why, I just don't really enjoy summertime, but we're getting a bit off topic. So yeah, I've been working a lot, been difficult to get videos out, and of course we have had the Pro League starting in the competitive scene, Season 3, with plenty more challenges, given that I am in the group of death with the likes of ADB and Herped Up and Machetino and Revan and Jay Warren, and yeah, it's difficult. Thankfully, at the time of recording this video, it is my rest week. So I'm thinking that this video is probably going to go out on Sunday, because next week I'm actually going to be traveling to Sheffield, which I know will light up a lot of light bulbs in your brain, because that is, of course, the home of Hogs of War Reheated, or at least the sort of the HQ of where that project is at the moment. And yes, I am going to be talking about that, and that is the reason why I'm going. Once again, it has been, well, almost 3 years actually, since the, just before the pandemic hit. You remember I went up there in 2019, and it is that time again to meet up with the team and to get some details as to what the hell is going on. I know what's going on, but I haven't been able to tell you what is going on. So my arrangements for next week are near enough the same as they were the first time around that I went to Sheffield, and my plan with that is to make a full-on, like, personal vlog video as I go along. I mean, I'm not going to be cringy and, like, talking in a public place or, like, on a train being like, "Hey guys, welcome to the vlog." No, that's not me. But I intend to document, you know, my itinerary for the day. My plan is to leave here on the Tuesday morning, get to Sheffield on that Tuesday afternoon, check into my hotel, and then on the Wednesday morning is when I'll be meeting up with the team and doing hopefully what I did last time, which is play the latest build, get some gameplay footage for you guys, if that is allowed, because, you know, things have become a lot more tricky and restrictive when it comes to showing gameplay. Seeing as this is an official project, there is just a ton of red tape that can or cannot be crossed, and it's just trying to fine-tune that and see what I can show, because over the last year the team have primarily been working on things that are under the hood. So a lot of code stuff, a lot of in-engine stuff, bearing in mind this is working from the original engine, but also custom bits as well. So I know I say this 1,000 times, but I ain't no programmer, but it is the original game engine with some custom things tacked on as well. But they've been working on stuff that I wouldn't have even thought of doing, things that have enhanced the game both in terms of its visual style and in terms of gameplay as well. So there is a ton of stuff to come, and I can't wait to show and explain it all to you guys, because I have 2 major update videos planned, one of which will be putting things to you guys, so getting the community involved and sort of seeing what you guys think about certain elements, and then the next video after that will be more of sort of a developers update type thing. But my focus going forward, and indeed the focus of the team going forward, is to connect more with the community and provide more updates on a, if not weekly, then monthly basis. One thing I can confirm is that the Hogs of War website, so the Reheated page on there, if you go to hogsofwar.org/reheated, that page specifically will be getting an update and overhaul within the next 2 months or so. So all the images, all the information on there will be completely changed so that any traffic coming through looking for information on the project will be signposted to there basically and receive all the information that they need, because right now it is lacking somewhat. But that does segue quite nicely into the next thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, and that is community updates. So my inspiration for a lot of things comes from the Team Fortress 2 community. So I look at TF2 because, you know, that's kind of what I started with on this channel, and I still take inspiration from it, be it of the YouTubers that used to make TF2 content, be it of the characters, be it of the animation, and from that I was looking at, you know, Team Fortress 2 updates and how they sort of go about their business, how Valve releases and uses the TF2 website to release community updates, and that is essentially where I'm turning my attention to now. You remember that Pinsmod version 5 released a couple of weeks ago, and that was well received by the community, which I was very pleased about. I got the stamp of approval from the Italians, which was great, and rather than switch my attention directly onto Pinsmod version 6, which I do have planned, my attention has turned to multiplayer, because I want to give the single player stuff a break and release things for the community. You remember that, well, I mean, we said it in this video, the Hill Base is a part of the map pool that was brought in for the competitive scene and indeed for the community, which is readily available to download on the Hogs of War website, and that includes plenty of new maps. So if you wanted to stick with the default vanilla game, if you have the ISO that has all of those vanilla original maps, then you can also download this ISO, the League ISO, that has all of these maps on here as well. So you get sort of the best of both worlds, essentially. But yeah, where was I going with this? TF2, big inspiration, and specifically the way that these games companies like Valve, unfortunately like Blizzard with Overwatch, the original Overwatch, not Overwatch 2, the way that they would use like seasonal events to bring out new content for the game. I know this is all ironic because we can't really compare Hogs to a first-person shooter, and the fact that Hogs is like pushing 21 years old and I'm this weird little developer that's still bringing out content for this game. But, you know, that is what I want from this community. This is what I want to give to the community. I don't want to be a dick and be like, ha, I've got the alpha version, I've got the beta version, and you guys can't play it. No, you guys know me at this point. I don't want to be that kind of guy, and I want to make something from it. I want to release things to you guys. I want to release new content, new exciting things that we can look forward to in this community and indeed play on together, because we know how big multiplayer is, we know how big the competitive scene can get, but it's not just about the competitive scene. It's not just about releasing content so that we can have balanced maps and you know, this, that and the other. It's just about being able to play Hogs and experience something new within the universe of it, you know? And I could waffle on about this forever, but essentially that is what I'm looking to do, and that is what I'm going to be doing going into 2023, because again, I just want to give the single player stuff a break for now and focus on the multiplayer stuff. So in terms of like a timeline, I'm hoping to release this first update around about Christmas time actually, if not like at the very latest within the new year, and then going forward, you know, 2 months on, 3 months on from that, there'll be further updates down the line. Once again, I must give a big thank you to everybody who has supported me, the channel, and the work that I am producing for the community, whether that be mods, whether that be videos in general. Yeah, I just have to give a big thank you, because the feedback that has been given to me from Pinsmod version 4 and 5, from all of the mods basically, this is the kind of stuff that I'm always taking on board and trying to improve, going from mod to mod. So that includes, you know, all the likes and dislikes that the community give to me, you know, the dislikes of like mission 2 on version 4, of the slippery textures that look like normal walkable textures in version 5. You know, I'm always taking these things to note, and that's what I'll continue to do going forward. especially when it comes to multiplayer as well, because that is, you know, cuts out the middleman. Yes, you can play it against AI, but it's never quite the same as human versus human. But plenty to look forward to going forward. And as I said at the start of this video will be going out on Sunday, which means that the week ahead, yes, I've said it's busy, but that also means a slowdown in video content, which is unfortunate because I'd like to get plenty more videos out there. We've got a couple more multiplayer and Gmod stuff videos coming out soon, as well as we approach Halloween and indeed Christmas time and eventually New Year's. Where is this year going? I'd like to know that in the comments because I have no idea. But yeah, this coming week is going to be busy, lack of video content, and probably until the weekend, because by the time I get back from Sheffield, I'm going to be playing my league match for this week, seeing as this is my rest week, and by the time this video goes out, it's basically over. And I've got Iron Fox coming up, and then after that, ADB, and yeah, I just have a lot of prep to do, so hoping to, I guess, at this point in time, be playing on the maps that I'll be playing on this week. Fingers crossed when they're released. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments below. I'd like to get discussion going as always. And in the meantime, I will catch you all later for the next one.